All right, this is part 2. Let's look at your exercise on page 217, exercise G. Number 1, we boys have learned that practice makes permanent. Number 2, several new assignments have been signed between, several new agreements have been signed between us and them. They have to be objective because they're the objects of preposition. The baby in this old family photo is he. It is a predicate nominative, so it needs to be in the subjective case. Joanna distributed the dress patterns to us, girls. To us is a prepositional phrase. Between you and me, I think that this election, the best choice is he. 16 of us relatives welcomed them at the airport. If any of those pictures are good, Raul, we twins would like a copy. Again, you have to look and see how the pronoun is used. Look at exercise H. The food at the camp was better than ever. Number 2, we had an accident, but none of us were hurt very badly. Number 3, the roasted chicken tasted good. Number 4, most of the class did well on the last exam. Out of the whole class, Anne did the best job on the exam. The heavier of the 2 boxes was filled with books. I have not been to any of the meetings. The community orchestra sounds really good. Let's look at exercise I. We're going to distinguish between adjectives and adverb clauses. Remember, a clause has to have a subject and a verb, okay? You have to have those. And we have clues. We know that adverb clauses begin with subordinating conjunctions. We know that other clauses that were going to be adjectives are going to begin with our relative pronouns, okay? So relative pronouns, who, whose, which, that, okay, those are going to be our relative pronouns. Those are going to introduce adjective clauses. Subordinating clauses such as if, because, although, since, when, where, those are going to introduce our adverb clauses, okay? Look at number 1. Although we ran fast, we could not catch him. What's the clause? Although we ran fast. Circle the word that introduces the clause. It's the word although, the first word. Although, is it a relative pronoun or is it a subordinating conjunction? It's a subordinating conjunction. So although we ran fast is an adverb clause. Number 2, the man who asked that question has left. What's the clause? Who asked that question? Okay, what word introduces it? Who. Is who a relative pronoun or a subordinating conjunction? It's a relative pronoun. That tells me that this clause is an adjective. Look at number 3. The coach is more optimistic about our chances than we are. Okay, what's the clause? This is a little tricky. Than we are. Okay, what's the word that introduces it? Than. Okay, so it is a adverb clause. Those students who do not study properly may regret it later. What's the clause? Who do not study properly. What's the word that introduces it? Who. Who is a relative pronoun. Since it begins with a relative pronoun, I know that that clause is a adjective clause. We moved to the city. That is the home of the former President Harry S. Truman. What's the clause? That is the home of the former U.S. President Harry Truman. What word introduces our clause? That. That is a relative pronoun, sorry. So it is a adjective clause. Guys, adjective clauses begin with a relative pronoun. 4 W's and a TH. Ready? Make sure you know those. Okay, look at exercise J. Okay, I'm going to go over these with you tomorrow, right before the test. You know, I'm going to do a couple of them now because I want you to do something different for me. Okay, It's the part of speeches. I'm going to let you try those on your own, and I'll come back. I'll give you a few answers before the test. Prepositions, you should know these. I really want you to look at exercise L. Exercise L is the work I want you to do, and make sure you understand it before you take your test, okay? If it's a simple sentence, it is one thought, one independent clause. If it's a compound, it's going to be an independent clause or a baby sentence, a conjunction, and another baby sentence. To be a compound, you have to have a comma and a conjunction or a semicolon. Next is a complex, one independent clause and one or more dependent clauses. Compounds, complex. You have to have an independent clause, a conjunction, and an independent clause, just like a regular compound sentence. But you're also going to have somewhere in there, anywhere, one or more dependent clauses. Do that exercise so that you are ready for your test before you take it. All right? Have a good day.